BFY is a YBB by Bow, which he hosts with his two friends, Axis1 and Badger. Today I'm going to be ranking every single solo. Before we start though, there are a few things I should mention. One, I will only talk about the BFY reboot, so episodes from Moxie vs. Maddie to Rev vs. KC will be included, and the episodes from Sword vs. Mason to Barry vs. Egg will not. Two, remasters with solos will not be included. Even though most of them improved from the old solos, they didn't change much in terms of, enjoyability. Three, Rev vs. Javon will not be included, because while it was planned to have been episode 12 and both solos are complete, BFY was cancelled and was replaced by Rev vs. Birio, so yeah, I'm not including it. Finally, Welcome to Hell, aka BFY Loser Round, will not be included because there's like 4 solos, and even Bao himself hates it, so yeah. Also, something different I want to do for this, since there's a lot of BFY solos, I'm going to separate them into tiers, starting with the D, then C, then B, then A, and finally S. Anyways, let's begin. Of course I's at the bottom. She's a woman! Mandatory sexism aside, I really don't like this solo. It's a good song, but the yelling really doesn't do it for me. She had some bars, but most of them were pretty hit or miss. Sorry, Zai. I liked your list round though. Of course Maddie's second to last. She's a woman! Mandatory sexism aside, again, this isn't that bad, but honestly I can't see myself having this one on repeat. Nova's verse kinda carried the solo, and it could have been mixed much better. Either way, good job, Maddie. Of course Barry's third to last. She's a woman! Okay, I'm done with this bit now. Also, the next few are gonna be men, don't worry. Barry lost. I mean, we all know it. Her beatbox is not that great. The song choice is kind of random, and again, it needed better mixing. In my opinion, at least. Anyways, good job, Barry. We talked about Barry, but let's talk a little about her competitor. This was close, but not because they were both good. Instead, because they were both astronomically bad. Though, while I do think Egg won, I can't say I like his that much. Also, if this part's like blank or has something weird on it, it's because Bao deleted Egg solo. So yeah, I couldn't really get anything for this part. And for our last D tier beatbox, we have BA, aka Springtrap. I honestly didn't think this one was terrible, hence why it's the highest of the D tiers. But his voice, it makes it really hard to understand him. Put simply, Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day. BA Productions is pretty good. Anonymous was actually pretty good. There were a lot of things I don't like, such as what the fuck was that remix choice, my guy? But to give credit where credit is due, it is pretty catchy, and we wouldn't have the peak Eddie AI cover without it. So when it comes to Hydro, her, their beatboxes can be pretty hit or miss, and sometimes it's somewhere in the middle. This is one of those times. It's good, but it's not like amazing, you know? And the musicality could be a little better. I think Ledge's beatbox is okay, I guess. I mean, I don't think it beat MB like at all, and it's not even his best beatbox against Rev from BTD YBB clears. But I can't help but find this kind of catchy. The musicality and overall enjoyability of this made me enjoy it, obviously. Next up, we got Hammer. Ill. I'm not the hugest Hammer fan, but this solo was pretty lit. There were some flaws, but overall, I find myself replaying this way more than I think I should. Yo, anyone notice that Miss Cheerios kind of look like Mysterio from Spider? Oh, that's why he's called. I'm such a dumbass. Anyways, Miss was pretty good, and it was much better than Zai's. The mixing and beatboxing were amazing in this. Good job, Miss. Okay, so hear me out. Pichu lost. Wait, I understand why people thought he won, but honestly, his beatbox was just good for me. Not great, not terrible, just good. He had some good roast, and his flow was nice. I just don't think he beat Wet. I'm sorry, Pichu. Honestly, Robo Bro cooked. This is honestly one of the best solos I've heard. I wouldn't say it's the best. Cough, cough, cakey, cough, cough. I really like this solo, and it makes me smile every time I hear it. Ruben's solo was amazing. He had some of the best mixing I've heard in a while. I found some things wrong with it. For the most part, this was really good. Yeah, sorry for the short review, Ruben. I haven't heard Cheese beatbox in a while, but this is one of the best I've heard from him. The mixing makes me clap every time, and I like this flow and his beatboxing. He didn't get the epic victory royale, but at least he knows his beatbox was cool. Here's the beatbox of joy, Omega Man. I thought Ruben won at first, but on rewatch he definitely took it for me. His disses were S tier and his flow was immaculate. Yo, honestly, this was fire. I know Kaiko doesn't have a lot of beatboxes, but this is definitely one of her best. Her flow and mixing is amazing, and she even brought in Gary. But of course Kaiko's in top 10. She's a what? Honestly, I didn't know much about Penguin besides his beatbox against Rev, so I didn't really know what to expect coming into this, but this was really well done. I liked the song he remixed, and his mixing and musicality was lit. Penguin did amazing. What more is there to say about Envy and his performances? There's so much to talk about. I really like the song he remixed, and he even brought in Mr. Fish. This is perfect. It is also the shortest review yet. Is it Alvaro or Alvaro? Never mind. As a big fan of the old Derek Wimpy Kid movies, this was an amazing blast from the past. The animation segment at the end really spoke to me, and I loved his mixing. Good job, Alvaro or Alvaro. Well, here we are, the top 5. Now we're going to start with one that might surprise you with how low it is. A lot of you might be surprised I'm putting this so low. I mean, me, the biggest Moxie fan of all time, putting him at number 5. But honestly, while I really love this solo, it doesn't hold a candle to the next 4. But more on that later. Moxie did absolutely nothing bad in this solo. He and Rev cooked with the last chorus. I guess you could say that Maddie sure went down. If you're mad that I put Wit over Omega Man, then you should quit your bitchin' and man up. But in all seriousness, Wit was robbed so hard. I mean, one vote difference is actually insane. Wit really should have won. His mixing was amazing and Wiz made it 10 times better. Wit, if you're seeing this, just know you're a winner in my eyes. Stoop, aka Ollie, aka the One Slur, was immaculate on the beat. Man, I really don't know what to say here. I love this solo so much. He remixed one of my favorite Ye songs. Also, he did not have to feature the goddamn Lorax, but he did. For us. I am so proud of what Stoop did with this solo. KC's solo is definitely one of my favorite in the community. I did not think anyone could make Just Dance sound good as a remix, and he surpassed all of my expectations. His mixing is incredible, and so is his flow and beatboxing. Casey did great, but he's not the best. And once again, going by order of elimination, my favorite BFY beatbox is. Rev's beatbox solo is one I could listen to forever. The mixing, the vocals, the big boxing, the flow, the lyrics, the musicality, the whole shebang. Everything about this solo is perfect. I'm so proud of Rev for this one. And that animation towards the end, man. Oh my god, this is amazing. I love this solo so freaking much. There is only one problem with it though. It's kind of the reason the worst cover on my channel exists. Anyways, Real One Rev has the best BFY beatbox.